Grand Theft Auto 6. I know you've all seen the latest trailer. It has broken the internet. It's the greatest trailer, arguably, in the history of all video gaming, and arguably the greatest trailer in all of media. It's got us all excited to play the game. I know you can't wait. I know nobody in this world can really wait for this game. I can't fucking wait until this game comes out. However, we got 370 days to wait for this game. For those of you who are looking for something to do, it's plenty to do. You can go on YouTube and watch this trailer a million times. You can go watch other YouTubers talk about their theories of who's going to be in the game, if the game's going to look as good as it does. And my answer to that is the game's going to fucking look as good as it looks on the trailer, if not better. Rockstar has always delivered. I have no qualms, no doubts in my mind that they will come through and deliver the greatest cinematic video game experience that we've ever seen in our lives. We're going to be fully immersed and invested in these characters, whether it's just Jason and Lucia or whether we get multiple protagonists like we've seen in the past with Grand Theft Auto 5. Anyway, the question that I have is, how much is this shit going to cost? I know it's going to cost some paper because it's been reported that Rockstar has spent anywhere between $1.5 billion and $2 billion to create what I believe is going to be a masterpiece. So with that being said, they're going to have to recoup the cost of this game. And I have a prediction for just how much I believe it's going to cost. However, I need you to watch to the end of this video for you to get that. And also, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I release content on video gaming all the time. I'm a retro game enthusiast, but I also talk about great games like Grand Theft Auto and great franchises like Grand Theft Auto. Moving on, getting back to this game. Grand Theft Auto is arguably the greatest video game franchise of all time. Starting with GTA 3, I don't even count Grand Theft Auto 1, Grand Theft Auto 2. Nobody that I know even really played those. I played GTA 2 back in the day. It does not really hold up well. I wouldn't suggest playing it right now, but you know, if you got a retro gaming hard drive like myself or a huge library like I do, I got 200,000 games, so I can throw that joint on, but I just won't. GTA 3 though, that's when Grand Theft Auto really started. And with GTA 3, you had Claude, who was the protagonist. He didn't say shit all game, but he got the job done. And you were just able to wreck shit like no other game that I've ever played before. The fact that you could commit a crime and the cops show up, that shit was otherworldly at the time. The fact that you could also free roam, it was the first open world game in the history of video gaming in my experience. Other games before that, you kind of were set on a path and you had to follow the path of the level that you were on in order to advance to the next level. This game was mission based, but in between missions, you really could do whatever the fuck you wanted to do. You wanted to kill somebody on the street? Go ahead. You want to rob that taxi cab? Go ahead. The world was yours, truly. GTA Vice City expanded on that. However, it was set in beautiful, fictional Miami. And when I say fictional Miami, I mean Vice City. The 305, that's what it really is. You get to play as Tommy, who was a no-nonsense immigrant who owed big money to his supplier and had to hustle up enough bread and also clear his name in the process. Because the supplier believed he stole the work, stole the money, and, you know, was on some shit. And that game was just beautiful to look at the time, man. Like the aesthetics of Vice City, you know, the pink sunsets, the clubs, the vehicles, the 80s music when you're riding around and Billie Jean comes on at the right time, man. Like, it was just nothing like it. It really expanded on GTA 3, although it wasn't all that much different because it was only 9 months later that that game released. for a PlayStation 2 at the time. That's what most people I knew played it on. And I think you could play it on the OG Xbox. And moving on, GTA San Andreas at the time was considered the greatest video game of all time. I still feel like it's in the top 5 to 10 great video games that I've ever played. The protagonist was CJ from Grove Street, came back home to bury his mom. So, came back out west from the east. And, he rode around with Big Smoke. He was Logan, got back to gang activity with the ballers. You know what I'm saying? It was just a joy to play at the time. Loved the game. You riding around on a BMX, you tagging shit on the walls. You know what I'm saying? You killing shit out here, getting into gang wars, drive-bys, man. If you haven't played GTA San Andreas, go play that now, like ASAP. One of the greatest games I've ever played. GTA 4, what can I say about it other than it was a truly visual marvel at the time that it came out. It was a masterpiece. The graphics are hella dated right now, but we're talking about like 2008. Like if you were around and gaming in 2008 and you saw Grand Theft Auto 4, nothing looked as good as that shit looked, man. And the storyline was immaculate. You got to play as Nico Bellic. He was a foreigner, came overseas from the Far East or Far East Europe, came to live with his cousin Roman, who pretty much lied about his entire life to get him to come out there. Was dating a little chick named Michelle early on in the game, trying to immerse himself in Liberty City. So we were back to the Liberty City of GTA 3, or the same, vibe, which is fictional New York City, fictional Gotham City, or what have you. And it was just a great game, man. Great storyline. That's another game I suggest you go back and play. And then GTA 5, man. We all know about Grand Theft Auto 5. Arguably the greatest video game of all time. You got 3 different protagonists. You get to play as Michael, a middle-aged man who's disenfranchised with life, depressed, has survivor's remorse because he did a lot of bad shit in his past that he really can't forgive himself for, has the American dream from the outside looking in. A wife, a son, and a daughter. But the wife is banging a yoga instructor because she feels unloved and overlooked. The son doesn't do anything but sit in his room and play video games and smoke weed. He hates his dad because he thinks his dad ain't shit and does nothing all day. Well, neither one of them do shit all day. And then you have a daughter, Tracy, who has daddy issues because she didn't get the love and attention from her dad, and now she's outside trying to become a celebrity and willing to slut herself out in the process of doing that. Then you have Trevor, who's a fucking lunatic. He was Mike's best friend back in the criminal days, or their criminal days. However, Trevor never stopped being a criminal. He just changed his location and the type of shit that he was into, but he was still into crime, into drugs, into talking a bunch of shit, and he didn't give a fuck about you, your life, and he damn sure didn't give a damn about himself or his life. He just did whatever the fuck he wanted to do. A fucking lunatic. That's what Trevor was. He was a lunatic, but he was so fun to play as, had so much energy, and was just willing and able to do whatever the fuck he had to do to get over. And then you had Franklin, a young man who still lived with his aunt. So I feel like he was in his early 20s, still trying to find himself, kind of in a baby boy type mode. Auntie wanted him up out the house so she could live her life. Auntie gotta live too. He had a best friend named Lamar. Lamar was a piece of shit, but he was a good friend, a loyal homie. He had a dog named Chop, a Rottweiler, a beautiful looking dog. And Franklin just was sick of what he was dealing with. He was tired of being broke, tired of committing 2 big crimes. He was repossessing cars at the time that the game started, but ended up meeting Michael in the process of repossessing Jimmy's car. Jimmy was Mike's son. And Jimmy was a piece of shit, was lazy, didn't do shit all day. But Mike kind of took Franklin on as the son that he never had, somebody that he could see himself in, even though, Mike was a black man from the hood, and Frank was a black man from the hood, and Mike was a white man who wasn't from the hood. You know what I'm saying? But moving on, greatest game of all time. People are still getting online right now on servers and playing GTA 5 because it's just that dope of a game. We're talking about something that came out 12 years ago and released over the course of 3 different console generations. So we're talking about PS3, which was Generation 7, PS4, Generation 8, and PS5, which is the current Generation 9. The fact that it has stood the test of time like that gives me faith that GTA 6 can do the same thing. Grand Theft Auto just always makes the best games, man. Rockstar specifically, because they have created that franchise under the parent company of Take-Two. And I just feel like we're going to get an absolute, not only visual masterpiece, but story masterpiece. But anyway, getting back to the price of this game, my prediction is it's going to cost $149.99 or $150 if you want to round up. It's going to cost some bread. So if you haven't saved up money for it yet, don't worry, you got time. All you got to do is save up, $15 a month, which amounts to about 50 cents a day. So it's almost like sponsoring a kid from Somalia back in the day. For only 50 cents a day, you too can own GTA. So save up your money if you don't got it right now. It's gonna cost you some bread, but guess fucking what? I don't care if it's $200. I'm buying it. How much are you willing to spend to own GTA 6 if you can even own a video game right now? But how much are you willing to spend for it? Because it's going to cost you some bread. It's going to cost you some paper. Please believe. Anyway, it's your boy AD. Please like and subscribe. I will be back at y'all with more content. I love to talk about video games, but sometimes I delve into the world of sports and entertainment. And I can even get a tad bit political, even though I don't talk about politics too much. You know what I'm saying? It's really a video gaming channel primarily, and I love retro games. So anything that y'all want me to talk about, hit me up, man. I have a lot of knowledge on a lot of things, or maybe a little bit of knowledge on a lot of things. Anyway, I digress. I can't wait to play GTA 6, and I can't wait to get my hands on that shit. Pause.